Hello all, this is Rohit, and in this video we are going to talk about the marketing mix. From marketing means I mean the four P's of marketing. So we'll discuss the four P's of marketing, and additionally there are three other P's which can be used and which are used somewhere by the marketers to better understand the products and to market their products in the market. So we'll understand the basic traditional four P's. We'll also try to cover the additional three P's, which somewhere are used in the market by the marketers. So the four P's stands for product, price, place, and promotion. The order of these four P's is very important because everything is linked with one another. So the four P's are the key considerations that must be thoughtfully considered and wisely implemented in order to successfully market a product or service. They are product, price, place, and promotion, as I have already mentioned, and the order of this is important. The four P's are often referred to as the marketing mix. They encompass a range of factors that are considered when marketing a product, including what consumers want, how the product or service meets or fails to meet those wants, how the product or service is perceived in the world, how it stands out from the competition, and how the company that produces it interacts with its customers. Since the four P's were introduced in 1950s, more P's have been identified, as I've already told you. So the additional three P's are people, process, and physical evidence. So now some history of four P's. So Neil Borden, and he was an advertising professor at Harvard, popularized this idea of the marketing mix and the concepts that would later be known as the four P's in around 1950s. He also published one article in 1964, which was the concept of the marketing mix. So Borden's ideas were later developed and refined over a number of years by other players in the industry. There were Mr. Jerome McCarthy. He was also a professor at Michigan State University. So he refined those concepts of Borden's and named them as four P's of marketing. So McCarthy wrote one book which was named as Basic Marketing. It was a managerial approach. So this was the book. So over the period of time, these four P's have been evolved. People have used these four P's according to their ease. More P's have been added. So if we talk about the marketing mix, so whenever a product is to be launched, so it has to be seen from a bird eye view. So the four P's of the marketing, this helps to better market a product. So now going through these four P's one by one. So first P is product. So creating a marketing campaign, it starts with understanding of the product itself. So first question that comes in mind, who needs it and why? What does it to do that no competitor's product can do? So what's the differentiating factors between our product and the competitor's products? Perhaps it's a new thing altogether and is so compelling in its design or function that consumers will have to have it when they see it. The job of the marketer is to define the product as it qualifies and introduces to the customer. Defining the product also is key to its distribution. Marketers need to understand the product life cycle. So understanding of the product life cycle is very important, and business executives need to have a plan for dealing with products at every stage of the life cycle. The type of the product also dictates in part how much it will cost, where it will be placed, how it will be promoted. So many of the successful products have been the first in their category. For example, if I talk about Apple, so Apple was the first company to introduce the touchscreen smartphone which can play music, browse the internet, make phone calls. So initially the sales were skyrocketing for iPhone, which was manufactured by Apple. So around in 2021, if I talk about, Apple has hit around 2 billion iPhones have been sold as of now in this. So it's very important. So the first mover advantage was taken by Apple. So the basic understanding of the product by the marketer is very important, that what is the differentiating factor between its own product and that's of the competitors, how the consumers will perceive that product, and what will be that main X factor that will compel the customers to buy that product and not of the competitors. Now, when the product is fixed, then comes the pricing part. So price is the amount that consumers will be willing to pay for the product. Marketers must link the price to the product's real and perceived value, while also considering supply costs, seasonal discounts, competitors' prices, and retail markup and other things. In some cases, business decisions makers may arise the price of the product to give it the appearance of luxury or exclusivity, or they may lower the price so that consumers will try it. So basically, it's a push or pull strategy, which is taken by the marketers according to the situation. Marketers also need to determine and if discounting is appropriate. So they can also consider the discount part. For example, now suppose there is a product and it's not selling in the market. So for situation to situation, the pricing can be dropped so that the sales can be increased. After this pricing, the third comes place. Now, place is where that product will be sold. So, place is the consideration of where the product will should be available. It can be a brick and mortar store or online, how it will be displayed. The key decision for at this point is the makers of a luxury cosmetic product would want to be displayed in some Neiman Marcus or and not in Walmart. So, if there is something luxurious, then the presentation and the availability will be made according to that. The goal of the business executives is always to get the products in front of the consumers who are the most likely to buy them. So, a product costing lakhs or crores won't be displayed in some small brick and mortar store. Obviously, some exclusive thing will be required. Ambience will be there, customer service will be there, engagement will be there. So, at various touch points, the company will try to persuade and communicate with the customer accordingly to the product and creating a sync between the product and the consumer. The fourth one comes is the promotion. Now, how a product will get promoted. So the goal of the promotion is to communicate to consumers that they need this product and it is priced appropriately. So if the need is there, a product is there, so and the consumer should get an impression that this is the perfect product for their need and at the perfect price. If this triangle is fulfilled, then the product is kind of sold. So promotion encompasses the advertising, public relations, and the overall media strategy for introducing a product. Marketers tend to tie promotion and placement elements together to reach their core audiences. For example, in the digital age, the place and promotion factors are as much online as offline. Specifically, where a product appears on a company's web page or social media, as well as which types of search functions will trigger targeted ads for the product. For example, the Swedish vodka brand Absolut sold around 10,000 cases of its vodka in 1980. By 2000, the company had sold 4.5 billion cases. So it was a breathtaking, iconic advertising campaign which have changed the pursuit over the large period of time. The images in the campaign features the brand signature bottle styled as a range of surreal images. A bottle with a halo, a bottle with made of stone, or a bottle in the shape of trees standing on a sky slope. So to date, the Absolute campaign is one of the longest running continuous campaigns of all time from 1981 to 2005. So how to use the four P's of marketing in the marketing strategy. Through the four P's provide a framework on which to build a marketing strategy. So we have to think through each and every factor. And first we should analyze the product which we have to market. What are the characteristics that makes it appealing? So now we have to consider the similar products that are already in the market. So your product may be tougher, easier to use, maybe more attractive or long lasting. Its ingredients might be environmentally friendly or naturally sourced. Then we have to identify the qualities that will make it appealing to the target consumers. So we have to find the USP, unique selling proposition. Then we have to think the appropriate price of the product. It's not simply the cost of the production plus a profit margin obviously should be there. We may be positioning this as a premium or a luxury product, or maybe as a normal product. Placement talks about the identification of the type of store, whether it should be sold online or offline, or both the things can be worked according to the product to product varies. So promotion can only be considered in the context of a target consumer. The product might be appealing to a hip, younger crowd, or to upscale professionals, or to the bargain hunters. So media strategy needs to reach the right audience with the right message. So now, adding to these four P's, there were three other P's which I talked about initially: the people, process, and physical evidence. So people places the focus on the personalities that represent the product. In the current era, that means not only the sales and customer service employees, but social media influencers play a very vital role in this, and viral media campaigns. Process talks about the logistics part. Consumers increasingly demand fast and efficient delivery of the things they want when they want them. So suppose if we go into a supermarket, what is the process? How we are from what's the journey? So from entering to in the market store, getting our products, what type of customer service we are getting, how fast, if we are ordering online, how fast we are getting the that material at our home. So everything comes under the process. How easily the customer is able to get the product and use that product, so that comes under the process. So it will vary for the offline thing and for the online thing also. Physical evidence is perhaps the most thoroughly modern of the seven P's. It, if you are selling diamond jewelry on a website, it must be immediately clear to the consumer that you are a legitimate, eligible, established business that will deliver as promised. A professionally designed website with excellent functionality and an about section that lists the principles of the company and its physical address, professional packaging, and efficient delivery service all are critical to convincing the consumer that your product is not only good but it's real also. So physical evidence talks about this. If we talk about the four P's of marketing with some examples, so if I talk about the product, so the product a company provides depends on the type of company and what they do best. For example, McDonald's provides consistent fast food in casual setting. So they may expand their offerings, but they wouldn't stray far from their core identity. Price, talking about price, the price refers to the cost of the product or service. Determining product price properly includes an analysis of the competition, the demand, production cost, everything will be included. Various pricing models may be considering, such as choosing between one-time purchase and subscription models can also be there. Place refers to the consumers where the product is bought by the customer consumer. Today's consumers may learn about products they buy them online through their smartphone app or some retail locations or through sales professionals. Promotion refers to the specific and thoughtful advertising that reaches the target market for the product. A company might use an Instagram campaign or a public relation campaign, advertising campaign, or email campaign can some combination of these to reach the right audience in the right place. So this is something on the four P's of marketing. I hope you liked the video, and if you can just post your comments and thoughts in the comment section. So the main thing which is there. So four P's, there is a lot of content about four P's on media and in books. So the main aim of this short and crisp video is to make you understand the four P's of marketing plus three P's of marketing in the most layman and easy way. So you can just post your comments and your suggestions in the comment box. Hope you like the video. Thank you so much.